Thank you for staying here. Now, very soon it will cost more to do business via phone and even call your loved ones. And if you're a Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, perhaps a social media addict, prepare to pay more. It's because government has proposed an increase in the communication service tax from 6 to 9%. There's more in the following report.
The communication tax was introduced in 2008 at an ad valorem rate of 6%. The tax is levied on charges payable by consumers for the use of communication services including calls, messages, data charges, among others. The increment, according to the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, is to develop the foundation for the creation of a viable technology ecosystem in the country.
Government proposes to increase the tax to 9% to develop the foundation for the creation of a viable technology ecosystem in the country from 6%. This will comprise, among others, putting in systems to identify and combat cybercrime, protect users of information technology, and combat money laundering and other financial crimes. The increase will not be earmarked, however. The sharing ratio will be adjusted in such a manner that the National Youth Employment Program continue to receive the same proportion as they are currently receiving.
But what will this mean for consumers? Well, Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Communications, Kenneth Ashigwe, says it is likely to increase the cost of doing business, as incurred costs by business operators will be passed on to customers.
So it might result, if you are not too careful, the marginal returns might not be positive. It might even result in a decline in the revenue of, the telcos, which then also would result in a decline in even the taxes that government wants. And we should also bear in mind that the telecommunication services now currently is the wheels on which other businesses, drive on. So it will just going to make the cost of doing business for other businesses that generate taxes also more difficult for them.
However, we are not sure for now when this effect will be implemented. For Joy Business, Karen Dudu.
In other business news, the United States has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting Ghana's apparel manufacturing industry. This development is expected to engage about 5,000 unemployed youth in gainful activity. This came up during a tour of the visiting Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, to Ghana's largest apparel manufacturer in West Africa, Dignity Do the Right Thing, DTRT, located in Accra. Managing Director of the manufacturing firm, Salma Salifu, says that her outfit will support, or with the support of the U.S. Embassy, is looking at increasing export volumes to the tune of $28 million by the end of 2020.
At the end of the day, they are looking at how best we are doing by creating and exporting to the U.S. market. Because the AGUA bill was passed somewhere to 2000, and exports have been going on throughout the continent. But then in Ghana, we've not been able to do that much. Currently, we are doing about 2,500. We have about 2,500 workers. And even from that number, that's what you see. We want to double the number. We are looking at even going as far as to 10,000 workers by 2025. So if we are doing this now, it tells you that we are going to be growing. And I said small because in the apparel world, there's a large market, and you need to also tap into it. And with me and my partners putting this together, we are doing the little we can, but then we want to grow. And so we see ourselves as one of the largest, even in Africa, in the next 2 or 3 years.
So by doubling the number of workforce, are you also looking at doubling the number of exports?
Yes, we have only one buyer that buys from us now. And for that reason, the buyer has a certain number that we can even not give them. We are giving them just a little of that. And other buyers also are looking up to Ghana, because hearing from what we are doing currently, we've gotten buyers from Europe coming to see us. Some buyers even from the US who are also here to produce their garments. I'll give you an example of a buyer like Children's Place. They are here to give us the support, and they've come to see the factory, and they saw what we are doing, and they've given us some orders. We're currently working on starting something for them.
That's it for business news here. Coming up shortly in sports, we bring you the latest in player transfer news. Do stay.